never do anything against the law. And so, round one to them, they read it. Like you've heard the previous speakers, nobody will read ever again in this country. We will stand for our votes. We will ensure that the judges, the justices, now I am speaking as a citizen of Nigeria. I am speaking as Aisha Yusufu. My house is not too far from DSS office. If they want me, they can get me. All those justices who decided they were the penitents of corrupt politicians, who put it in their face instead of them being the last resort of the common man. Should they say they want polling unit agents, every one of them, right? Guess what? Every one of us must be ready to be polling unit agents, and we will carry our results. We will put it in the vote. We will go to our Court. We will go to Supreme Court. We will give them every one of those.
The more you look, the less you see. The more you look, the less you see.
Aisha, that's fine. We'll go here waiting. Obi also told the Obidients redefining our options. What are their options? Would they be starting their own political party or not? Let's go in there again, guys. And thank you so much to everybody who actually listened earlier to go and like the broadcast. So thank you. On Facebook, you were removed again. So I've put that back on for those who probably will have to stumble back on it on their Facebook. So here is the part.
So I know what the traders suffer. I've been in the corporate world. So I know what the people in the corporate world needs to, because there's also problems there that needs to be fixed. And I've been in public space. So I know what is wrong with the country. And we can fix it. There's nothing needs. Countries after countries have generated power. Simple power. It's sufficient of the best fishes. The only thing that we lack is leadership. Leadership that is willing to sacrifice for our future. And that is what all you see today is magic. People say the rate of exchange is bad. We start checking greedy change people on the street. I've never seen that before. Everywhere you go in the world, for those of you who came from Europe, greedy change is every country in the world. So why are we chasing greedy change? What is greedy change? Greedy change is neither the supplier, nor is it the person who is demanding. It's just a market provider for those who willing seller and willing buyer. He has committed offense. But everybody knows the only way you can show up your currency is by a simple thing, productivity. The more you produce, the more you deal with the issue of stability of your currency. But what is even shocking, they are chasing greedy change people. People are even selling naira. I'm not chasing them. They are just not even who are selling dollar. But naira is being sold everywhere. And we can go on and on. It's still our country. We have no other country except this one. And we will deal with it. We're not going to run away from it. We're going to stay here. Let me assure you people, I know your pain, I know your difficulty. People have gone through this pain. We're all going to be in it together. We're not going to go away. People have said, a woman that said he's doing it for his children. People have said they are getting young people hope. It is our country. I've said repeatedly, I'm not a saint, but I'm not a criminal. and manage public money judiciously. And I know that we can achieve something better if we manage our resources more efficiently. If we have people who care about this country, look at where we are today. All we hear is bad news. People say we can't. I said it in Pastor Tommy's birthday. It's either we have a country or the criminals take it over. If we have a country, let's declare war and have that country. Somebody must be in charge. It's either us or criminals. How can criminals overrun us? I've been a governor. And I said it, anybody can go and sit in Anambra State. I thought it is either them or me. One person must have the space. And we dealt with it. Why can't we deal with it as in Nigeria? Why are people occupying our waters and everything? Today, we spend more time chasing young boys with computers and say they are doing young people. When people are stealing the billions which we have as the government. Now we wasting our time. Why are we doing that? Why are we chasing young men all over the place? I can assure you that all the money that young people have stolen in 1 year, is not up to the amount of money that is being stolen in government in 1 day.
That's deep, isn't it? Again, there is a continuation. Let's hear other part.
So I know what the traders suffer. I've been in the corporate world. So I know what the people in the corporate world needs to, because there's also problems there that needs to be fixed. And I've been in public space. So I know what is wrong with the country. And we can fix it. There's nothing in it. Countries after countries have generated power. Simple power. It's sophisticated in Nigeria. A country like Egypt, from 2015 to 2021, moved their power generation and distribution from under 20,000 megawatts to about 50,000. Today, Egypt is exporting power to Europe. Nigeria is still quarreling dozens of things. These are things you can fix that can make your country to become productive. Today we are starting with people telling us it is about revenue. We don't have enough revenue. How can you have enough revenue when 80% of your people are poor? Revenue is a function of productivity. The more you produce, the more revenue you make. Can you go to market and without anything to sell and people will pay you? You have to have something to sell. It's only in Nigeria people want to go to market without anything to sell and come back with money. We cannot continue in that direction. My dear people, today is a day of thank you. I thank you, the Obidients. I thank you, those who supported business are suffering. People who really want to do good things are suffering. When people who are saving, when thieves are living in affluence, it cannot be. Nigerians are dying buying rice because they say rice is cheaper. So they now went to buy rice and there was stampede and Nigerians died. I cried over it. Buying rice. They were not trying to struggle for gold. It was rice. Nigerians can't get fuel. Nigerians can, everything is scarce here. Even what God gave them is scarce. They can't travel by road. Nigerians are paid 30, if you're lucky to get a job, 30,000. At the time when one egg is 200 now. Bread is how much? Let me assure you, you are the one making this speech. You're not making this speech again. You are the one making this speech. But let me assure you, one of the things that brought French Revolution was bread. How people know? They said they wanted bread. The queen said, why can't they have cake? And they now realize that those who are in charge don't know what their problem is. Those who are in charge in Nigeria don't understand our problem. And we must dismantle them. God bless you. What we want is those who are stealing our public money. I'm not encouraging anybody to steal them, but we will deal with those who are stealing our common resources first. Let's catch them first. They are the ones causing us problems. They are the ones who have a lot of money without productivity. They are the ones causing from inflation to high rate of exchange because they have billions without productivity. Let's deal with it. We're not dealing with it. Today is our last. Today we have resolved to continue in this direction where we are. We cannot stop. Please do not stop. Do not say, it is all about me. I'm not desperate to be president of Nigeria. I'm desperate to see Nigeria work. We need to make it work for everybody. There's no reason why there should be poverty in northern Nigeria. God gave them everything. Nigeria can make more money from agriculture in the north than we get from oil. I say it every day and I compare every state in the world. I've said it before several times. You heard me say it. The richest state in America is California. That's not where they have the oil. It is in Texas. Texas is about third or fourth. California is 9 times Nigeria at 3.6 trillion GDP when we are 400. It is agriculture and knowledge before oil. We have 70% of our fatherland in the north all cultivated. The north is the engine we can use to turn around Nigeria. We need to invest in the north. There's no reason why people in Honolulu, there's no reason why people in Kebbi, people in Niger, people in Kogi, people in Benue, they have no reason to be involved with hunger. Because they have all it takes to feed nations all over the world. Nigeria has the best yam, but the biggest yam exporting country is Ghana. Now they say we should go and import food. Import from where? Is it Ghana who have no yam? What we eat is the only thing that is available outside is rice. Are we going to invest Nigeria is supposed to be the highest producer of cassava. But we are not the greatest export. Are we going to buy it from people who come and buy here and export? Now they said that our problem is to close the border so that food will not go out. No, our problem is to produce more, have enough to eat, and export and earn money. And it is easy. It is not rocket science. You have also some funny policies here. They say our nurses can't even go out. Our doctors can't go out. What are you talking? India and Sydney, they produce more doctors, more nurses, good hygienic. Let's produce good school of nursing in every local government. Produce nurses, ship them to the world. Have enough here, and those who ship to the world will help in bringing what? The needed money, foreign currency. And it's easy. When you see these things happening, you ask yourself, what is happening here? At times you feel maybe you're wrong. So you have sleepless nights. I always say, partner, wake up most times at night and ask myself question, are you wrong or right? Well, because I've been in the private space, we have shared these corporations, I've been in the public space. So I can understand what is happening.
Well, he's a very good politician. He may not be your kind of a great talker. He knows how to get people involved in what he's saying. Okay, like ask them, how much is the price of this? How much is the price of that? I mean, you could do this. So it's so relatable to the point that the way he kind of say those things, right? Some of his critics believe that they are just all talks. He can't do them. He makes them look so easy, sound so easy. And he continues to remind all of you that, well, if you don't believe that what he says is possible, just to remember that he's been in the public office, he's been in private sector, he understands both, and he is a trader. A trader is about making profit, making gains. Okay, Abi? And he could do that for Nigeria, but with Nigeria, a crooked contraption forced together, let all that beautiful ideas happen. We will never find out. Okay? But some people believe that if you are going to want us to believe that you are different or you will be different, not you, everyone around you, because you are not going to be the one everywhere. These are the people who are going to be everywhere. Can you at least show that from those who are currently representing the same party, which is Labour Party? Is complicated though, that they should. For example, we haven't seen any of them come out and stand up from the National Assembly and say, no, we disagree with that bill, or we disagree with that, and since you won't hear our voice, we are walking out. Like, do it. Like Julius Malema in South Africa. But unfortunately, from the beginning of this Bulaba Bala Blue, we have seen the Labour Party lawmakers who have publicly said they will work with Tifnumbu. They will make sure that they help Tifnumbu to bring about renewed hope. I know that's kind of a political statement you will say, right? But it's more than that. A lot of them have gone as much as asking Peter Obi to stop challenging Tifnumbu. Yeah. Anyway, in the gathering, the female, one of them, which is Iretik Njibe, had this to say. The reason why I mentioned that is that it's not just Obi. What about those who've benefited from have they actually acted different from PDP, APC, and the rest of the rogues known before now? The people's belief is that no, they haven't. But well, listen.
My leader, my excellency, not your excellency. protocols duly observed. Today is not a day for long speeches, but the first thing I want to say, every time there's a damn obedience, I say thank you, thank you, thank you. Obedience in Nigeria, obedience in the diaspora, obedience everywhere, all the nook and crannies of this country. Thank you for having the courage to get up and decide that it is time to reclaim your country. That's what the movement is about. But it's not over. In fact, we are getting to the cocoa of the matter. We as a nation right now, we are in trouble. Yes, you elected me the senator of the FCT. The highest elected office in the FCT, but I have to work with a minister who doesn't seem to realize that there are people in the FCT. So we, the Obidients, we have to figure a way around this. But more importantly, we cannot just lie back and say, oh, they took it. It's the beginning. What you have not achieved is what you have not achieved. As long as you do not give up, you will achieve everything you want to achieve. Now, that means we have to start getting organized. That means we have to keep in view what our goals are. That means that as a party, we must open our arms to all Nigerians, because that is the only way this is going to be possible. And I know that a new Nigeria is possible if we all want it to be possible. And I know that we...
Hear you, Senator. I told you this before that, you know, they are already sort of preparing and mobilizing, and they may have their own political party. Somebody said, it's a pure waste of time. Why can't you all just begin to discuss that shabby, that shitty document called the 1999 Constitution, the real genesis of why you will never have any election in Nigeria? You don't prepare for an election that you know you'll be rigged out. Completely rigged system. Like, don't subject people to that experience again. It's not my own place to actually stop anybody. Sure, you get, but I can only offer my own little unsolicited advice, because my advice is not actually like wanted anyway. I just kind of don't think it is right to subject people to what you experienced the last time again, only for it to get to a chokehold where everybody is now so scared to be associated with calling for revolution, calling for protest, calling for this or that, because it's almost the same thing, the same way all the time. I have seen this happen many times. So people like that shouldn't waste resources, human and then other resources, because they think they can use an election that these rogues, come on. I'm going to play this before I take calls, okay? Just a reminder that Nigeria is not a country. And if you are in doubt, your constitution should be something that defines you as a citizen, right? Take a look at all this.
10 things you never knew about the 1999 Constitution. Did you know that the 1999 Constitution was promulgated by the Military Decree 24 of 1999? And to think of it, this 1999 Constitution was never subjected to a referendum.
Did you also know that this 1999 Constitution was written by a selected few that never got the consent of the indigenous nationalities or its representation?
Did you know that after writing the 1999 Constitution, it was hidden from the public until after the inauguration of President Obasanjo in 1999?
Funny enough, This 1999 constitution was not printed by the government press or any known printers in 1999.
Did you know that the 1999 Constitution created a unitary government as against the projected federal government, and this forged an inefficient over-centralized government, as well as creating a centralized judiciary whom has never been autonomous?
In all this, did you know that this 1999 Constitution falsely and maliciously claims that the indigenous nationalities willingly handed over their lands and resources to the federal government?
And interestingly, did you know that the 1999 Constitution calls state governors chief security officers, but at the same time centralized all the security agencies and denies these state governors control over any of the security agencies?
And finally, do you know that the illegitimate 1999 Constitution in Section 6, subsection 6C, absolves the government from liabilities regarding rights of the citizens as provided in Chapter 2, making this right not justifiable?
This and many more are the reasons why corruption, unaccountability, incompetence, and insecurity are institutionalized in Nigeria.
Did you get that? Thank you very much, Ninas. That's a golden message that will never go out of a place until the death of that your 1999 Constitution. Every effort around it is effort in futility. Well, I think I have exhausted my own time. Now we are going to go to the stage of taking calls. Okay, the line is right there. The number is on your screen. You can call in through the WhatsApp. You can call in through the direct call as well. But I will be back to take that. Thank you so much. Our first night seems like going well. You will say, I think it's going well, right? So thank you so much for joining me tonight. If you have to leave, please like the broadcast before you do. And if you have done that already, don't do it again. I will be back and we can take calls. Don't go anywhere. Is me back. Thank you so much, everyone. I have a caller already, and this is going to be on record, the first caller on the maiden broadcast of Mayegun's Political. Hello there.
Hello, Mr. Mayegu, the general, the general of all generals.
Yes, sir. How are you today, sir?
Yeah, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I'm so glad to be here, to be the maiden edition, the first caller.
The maiden. You are the one. You won't forget this because your call will be on record.
I will not.
As the first
I will
call
not.
officially taken.
Even
go on.
Yeah, yes. Even the program is loaded from the beginning to the end. There's so many. So so many videos, so many updates. You know.
Bless you, Baba. And here we are. Go on.
Yes. Okay. First and foremost, I say congratulations to, even though Showore might not be able to see his family again because of this protest that's about to happen again.
Because it's coming out for them again, and it seems to be a really, really problem for them. I can tell, Baba.
It's fine. They turn in the flesh for them. Yeah. So I'm Peter Obi. I really enjoyed Aisha Yusuf is really coming at them too. I like their Kakos, Dele Faro Timi, and all those guys are going to give them a run for their money. They are not leaving. The Obidients are not leaving them. They are going to everybody. But the thing is, the mistake I think they are making is they should not make it a political thing, because I think Showore is getting it right, because he is clamoring for revolution, because election is still 2027. So I think if Peter Obi and his people, they can actually form a movement. They already have a team. They should just form a movement instead of a political party, because even Labour Party is being threatened now by APC. They are having problem from one problem to the other. Aburi, then the other guy, what's the other guy that they sponsored? Papa. So there's a distraction for them. So it would be good for them if they want to focus. They should just suspend anything political, anything election for now. Let them face the real thing, because the way the economy is going now is, it's going to be serious if they don't do anything.
Waiting till 2027 before they do something. You're right.
Yes.
Thank you so much,
they have to buckle their shoe. So you are doing a great job, bro.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Yeah.
I have another caller, and I think, like he said, if everything is still fine, then we are doing a great job. Thanks so much, Baba. I have another caller. Hello there.
The General, my good General, yes, CA from Atlanta.
Oh, CA, Baba, how are you?
Been a while.
CA, how is Atlanta?
Yeah.
Anyway? Thanks so much.
Sunny, nice weather. It's getting warmer now, so.
Oh yeah, I know. It gave us that false hope today in Glasgow as well. It looked so bright, and it was like it was going to be sunny, but it was really freezing. But yeah.
Right now, it's 73 degrees right now. 73 right now is warm.
Oh dear, lucky you. Yeah. Anyway, please, CA.
Yeah, like I told you before, one of the reasons why I get glued to a program is from day one, we had the same philosophy. I mean, I still don't understand why Nigerians still believe things going to change. I don't understand the kind of planet they come from. All these people that keep having false hope, don't worry, one day, never can tell. The people, it's still the same old story. About Nnamdi Kanu, let me just say this. I know the Fulani Caliphate will not want him out. So I think Tinubu hands are tied right now, because those guys, it's not Tinubu. I don't think it's totally on Tinubu, even though Tinubu would like him to remain. But I think the what they call it, the people, those Fulani guys don't want him out. Okay, remember when he was abducted?
You think that they are, they are still holding the hand of Tinubu as we speak, and they could still keep him beyond that 19th of March.
Yes, that's my thinking. Yes, those guys don't want him out. They know he cannot compromise. I'm sure they will have come to him with a lot. They will have come to him with a lot of deals, but I know him. He's not going to. He's going to reject all the deals. They know him, so they just. In fact, they don't know what to do with him right now. I don't know. I think they're still figuring out what to do. But I know that one day he's going to live there. But for now, I don't want to put anybody's hope up, because for him, it's going to be like a threat to them.
Somebody said we should manage our hope. But I'm kind of optimistic. You know, they've run out of all options. CA, they've run out of all options.
No. Actually, there's not. They don't have any reason holding him in the first place. They're just dancing around. There's no reason holding him. Okay, look at Showore. Okay, what has Showore done? They kept him. Since his passport, refused him going to visit his family in the US for nothing.
For nothing.
Just for nothing.
Now was treasonable.
Just for nothing. And we have people killing people in the north. We have terrorists killing people in the north, and they tell they are repentant. Killing people daily. Those people are going scot-free. So that's the irony of the country we are in. My wife came back from Nigeria last Wednesday.
Yeah.
Wednesday last week. My wife spent a week in Nigeria and came back This Wednesday.
Last week, yeah?
Yes. I went to the airport to pick my wife with my little girl, 10-year-old girl. At a point, I was driving on the highway. I asked my wife, what's going on? How's Nigeria? My wife started, Mayegu, I'm not exaggerating. My wife started crying. And I was driving, I was shocked. If not for the fact that I was on the highway, I would have moved to the side to unpacked. My little girl was saying, Daddy, why is mommy crying? My wife was crying that Nigerians are suffering. She was, I'm not saying tears, she was shedding tears, crying that people are suffering in Nigeria. She was crying, physically crying.
Saying this physically, and she couldn't, like, you know, the shock in her.
My daughter was asking me, Daddy, the shock on my little girl's face was, Daddy, why is mommy crying? I said, no, mommy is okay. He's just thinking of something.
Mommy is
That's to tell you how bad that country is degenerating into. It's terrible, Mayogo. It is terrible back home, Mayogo. It's terrible.
Think that, people, this has been
and we see how people defending. I'm in a WhatsApp group where somebody today was saying we're playing video about how much is fuel in South Africa, how much is fuel in Great Britain. I got mad on that forum. I got mad, Fanyago. Thank you for your job. Thank you for doing what you're doing. And may God, if you have anybody, just tell anybody have anybody overseas back home, please. Anything you can do, please. Even if it's 10,000 naira per month, just help. It is a terrible situation back home. It is terrible, Mayogo. It is.
Thank you so much for sharing with us. I bet a lot of people have actually told me this as well, but we are now in a world where a lot of us in the diaspora just simply believe that, let people face it. But there are some things that you can't really look away, especially if you kind of see children, women, and all that. They are the most vulnerable in this instance, especially in that contraption. You know, if you know, I'm able to help. I kind of go with CA on that. The Prince Gentleman, representing IPOB for life.
Baba.
That is Prince Gentleman. How are you?
My Kanu Mike, Baba.
You done the loud. Did you hear what I'm saying?
Yes, so Baba. Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah. Baba, I'm waiting. I wanted them to say if a protest cannot work and a revolution cannot work, rebellion must work.
That is that popular saying, that if you make a peaceful resolution impossible, then you will make a violent revolution inevitable, unavoidable. Go on.
Thank you, Baba. God bless you.
Amen.
They are hearing us. That's why I'm announcing it to them. If they are bringing their police and the army that we must not protest, and the revolution to express our anger, that they are beating us and we cannot cry. Rebellion, they cannot ever avert a rebellion. Let them go right out for group.
And that one, a senior brother of revolution.
Now, Baba. They know. Secondly, Baba, Nnamdi Kanu, I want to tell Janjaweed, I want to tell the head of Agbadorian, Tunumbu. Nnamdi Kanu represents a whole race. the whole Igbo race is what Nnamdi Kanu represents.
That's right.
The person they are holding is the entire Igbo nation. That's the whom they are holding in custody. And they understand what that means. Nnamdi Kanu is a nation to us, not just an individual. You know, Nnamdi Kanu to us is an external aggression, because now they can see that the whole Igbo is not interested in Nigeria affair anymore. The protests, we are not interested. Their hunger, we are not interested. We have passed through Kwashiorkor hunger. They dealt with us with Kwashiorkor hunger during the war. So this ordinary hunger is not a hunger to us. You understand? We are no longer in Nigeria. We are just managing there just for the meantime. We are just passing time. As far as Nigeria, Nigeria is concerned, they should do this.
Hibernating.
So Nnamdi Kanu, Fulani henchmen, we are not your problem. You can possess anywhere you want to possess, but because of Mayegu General, you cannot overrun Yoruba nation.
It's not possible.
And you cannot overrun Igbo nation. If that is what you are thinking, that you want to do, thinking that if you keep Nnamdi Kanu, it will be easy for you to immediately overrun Biafra, Yoruba nation will be easy for you. But the Yoruba nation will be even more harder for you than what you are thinking of overrunning Biafra. I want them to know that, because they are thinking that Igbo is the one that is stubborn. They will be surprised that Yoruba nation will shock them when the time comes.
Everybody is aware of the danger we are all in, and if we don't want our children to end up fighting this battle or war, then all of us must begin to stop living in denial. And that's why this platform continues to do that. And a lot of people are pretty much aware. You're right, Prince.
My good general, my brother, everybody, Obi, to me, is a distraction. It's the one that calm down the youth from standing up. He knows that these people are criminal. There's no other way you can stop them than people trooping out in their millions.
That is what Aisha said. Aisha was like, you cannot be, you cannot be respectful to your oppressors. You cannot be law-abiding with your oppressors. You cannot follow the rules of your oppressors, or else they just want you to be quiet. And if you follow that, you are dead. Isn't it?
What? But yes, Baba, the people you are talking about, they don't obey the law. The Constitution of Nigeria said that they must protect you. Is you are right that they must protect the lives and property of the citizen. You understand? So they are not obeying the law. The Constitution, they have been the Constitution. The federal character has been everything about the Constitution, that they give them the right over you as a citizen, gave them the right as a leader over you. They have been it. They are not using it. Are you getting me? So once they are not obeying the law, they cannot compel you to obey the law. They must obey the law, the Constitution that gave them the power to lord over you. And if they cannot obey that Constitution, why would they be telling you obey the law? Play within the rule, the rule of their game. So my good general, let me stop here for that to call in. But
yes.
Thank you, Baba.
You are so welcome. Thanks so much for being part of it as well. Okay, let's go to the next call. Here.
Thank you, Baba.
Hello, you might need to mute that if possible for us quickly. Okay, I'm coming back to you, my caller. Now, there is a question I want to ask. The other day, I did a test run with a wireless microphone, and when people were calling in, without phone calls, right, the audio was perfect and all that, okay? Then I observed after the broadcast that, you see, when I was having chat with a caller, right, I tend to suffer the low voice or low audio to my caller. My caller's voice and the audio was perfect, but mine was going off and on. So I want you to please tell me tonight, okay? I'm not using a wireless tonight, so I'm using a proper microphone. So you tell me, when you were listening to that conversation between me, myself, and Prince Jejeman and other callers, did you notice that maybe my voice keeps going down or what? Or it was all right, like always, yeah? I will read the comment, but I have a caller waiting. Hello there.
Hello, Michael. Good evening.
Oh, is that Charm?
Yeah, it's Charm. Good
It
evening.
is Charm. How are you doing tonight, ma'am? All right?
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you. And let me just answer your voice was a little low when you were talking to Prince Jejeman. That's all.
Say that again, sorry.
I said your voice was a little low when you were talking to Prince Jejeman just now.
Oh, was it? Like when he's talking?
No, it wasn't inaudible. It was just not,
you could
like
tell
how
it was low. Okay. I'll work on that then. Okay. Thanks so much. I mean, I've got somebody answer that for me. So thank you so much, Charm. So yeah, please, your shot.
All right. So okay. So just a quick one.
Please.
Regarding the Obi's, I think the way forward for the Obidients, right? I feel like there are certain issues that I don't know whether he feels reluctant to address, which I think needs to be addressed, which is the question of, what defines the Nigerian citizen. Because I don't know if he covered was it the Malam or Alpha or whatever that was talking about calling Remi Tinubu an infidel, and all that.
Yes, I shared that. Yeah, the guy came back to apologize. They didn't even arrest him or anything at all.
Well, I don't really care that they didn't arrest him. But the point I'm trying to get to is that you can't have a country where you have one person refer to another Nigerian as an infidel because they don't believe in your own religion. So I feel that there are certain questions that we need to address as a people, and I guess that is where we have to decide whether or not we want to carry on as one nation. Because you can't ask me as a Biafran to go to Hausa land or to the north, and for the fear of my life, because it's more like asking me to go there at my own risk, is it not?
Yes, no.
Because we don't share the same religion, and if I say anything out of turn, that would be me dead, as opposed to
you don't even have to say anything. If somebody says you said something or you did something, right?
Exactly.
You have no chance of defending yourself. I mean, I don't
have a chance of defending myself or speaking to tell the story and to say, within which context was this said or not said, to defend myself. So
you may
these
not
are
be lucky to even tell the story. You know what I mean? Like
exactly.
That's how bad it is. Go on, please.
So before we come to before we come to turn to Nigeria from consumption to production, I think there are basic questions that we need to address. Like you've already highlighted, the Constitution is one of them. And if going by what was said in that short documentary that you showed us, clearly if this was not written by any Nigerian, then we have to suspect that the people who want to control our resources without us having a say in it have written that Constitution in such a way that it benefits not us as Nigerians, but them. And I know who the them I'm talking about, the people who benefit from our resources without us. Actually, yes, the establishment who we know are largely made up of the West. So,
I mean, it's written in there, like you said, that short clip, right? They said in that fake document, illegitimate document, that you, me, yourself, every one of us, like we have handed over our sovereignty, our everything to these guys to administer over us. No, we didn't. There was never a time we did that. Never. Exactly.
There was never a time. So these are certain issues that any political party going forward needs to address. Not the question of hunger, because if we get all of these things right, if we get that defining who a Nigerian is, knowing that no one is more Nigerian than the other, regardless of religion, tribe, or wherever we come from. Once we get that, is the first one. Then we address the issue of that Constitution, because the Constitution clearly does not favor anyone, any region, doesn't allow the regions to actually control their own resources. It allows, like I said, the establishment and whoever they are to control our resources. Now, those are certain things that if any political party that takes itself seriously, those are things that they need to first. Yes, right. I feel like Obi is reluctant to go there, and I can understand why. Because a lot of people have this sentiment around Igbo people. They want to come and change things, but things need to change, regardless of whether it's an Igbo person spearheading it or you. It doesn't matter, but things need to change. Now, with regards to Arabambi and what he came out to say, I feel personally that I think there is a fear that if Obi separates himself from Labour Party, decides to form his own political party, right? They will take a lot of, they will take a lot of people, and they are trying to gather momentum towards 2027. That is, if Nigeria survives to 2027, because I'm not certain that that's going to happen. So all of these things he's saying is trying to tell people that, oh, whatever is coming, if Mr. Peter Obi leaves Labour Party, is a regional party. It's never going to be a national party because he's surrounding himself with Igbo people. But again, you did so highlight
the audience. There are those who are actually going to fit on that hook, line, and sinker. You know.
Well, yes, they will